What up, guys? Cable here. Hey, what? I'm not playing a video game? What are you seeing my face for? What's the deal? Well, I figured periodically I would do one of these unscripted videos to where I'm just going to sort of talk about my channel, talk about the videos I've made, and talked about what I've learned. For those of you who don't know, this channel is like a 5-year journey into me making content, learning how to edit, and overall being a content creator, because it's always seemed like something I was always interested in, but never really applied myself. So in this video, I'm going to go over the first videos ever made on this channel, talk about what I learned in each video, and also talk about my plans for the upcoming near future, not long term, the near future videos, content, that kind of stuff I want to make. So first, let's actually just go over my first video, which was actually a stream. This was streamed on Twitch, and it's the first video I actually learned how to edit on. You can't hear that. I can. Let's just kill that volume so it doesn't distract me. Let's make this full screen. I'm not going to go over the whole video with you. I'm just sort of go over the generics and the basics. This video is the first video I just learned how to do the basics of editing, adding music, and learning pacing. Pacing in a video is always something very difficult for someone who doesn't know what they're doing. And this is terrible. Oh my God, what is the scale of this? 720? I'll keep that minimized because that was distracting. Anyways, pacing is always difficult to learn in a video. And a lot of people don't realize how important pacing is to you to watch a video. If you watch a video and it feels like it's just the start of it the whole time and then it ends, it doesn't feel right. Or if a video feels very quick to end, even though it's a long video, that means they didn't pace it right. Pacing is something extremely difficult to learn. That is sort of something you have to have inside your brain. You can be trained how to pace. And this video was actually very easy to pace for me because this was a 45-minute video. I was able to edit down, chop up, and you'll probably see clips of me doing that here because I actually recorded me doing this with Camtastic or whatever the name of this program I use is, and it was actually really fun to learn. It was really fun, difficult, and it took me like 2 weeks to do, and that was me coming home every night working. You can look at, I use the same hand gestures as I do now right here on the screen. But this was actually Phasmophobia, and it was actually a really fun time. I had a lot of fun making this video. This is my first video, and this is, in my opinion, is still probably one of my best videos. But that video was really fun to do. And then my next video was from that same stream, but it was the last 2 hours of the stream. So the first one was like the first 45 minutes. This was like the last 2 hours. I condensed it into 27 minutes, which it was too much to squeeze in, where it felt like it was non-stop action going on. That sounds weird to say. It was non-stop things, funny comments, where it felt overloaded, where it almost felt too much and forced a little bit. And with me, when I did this video, this was all sort of done at one shot, and I just chopped it in half and did 2 different sections because I was like, I'm not going to put this in one video. No one's going to watch a new content creator, a 37 or 38 minute video. That's never going to happen. So this video was still part of that same edit. Throughout this, I think the pacing was great. Audio was a little questionable because I was using my mic'd headphones, which just made it sound really terrible. It made it sound terrible. Now some content creators like Queso, that's their thing. I can't be that thing. I can't be Queso. I'm not that energetic or funny like he is. But those are like the first 2 videos. Now I took this video, which was a 27-minute video, and I split it into 2 copies, 2 different videos, because I was like, no one is gonna want to watch a 27-minute video of a new content creator. And that's the reality of the situation. I know where I stand. So I was like, I'll split that up into like the 2 different videos. But continuity is very important in your thumbnails. And what continuity is that way you can look at something. Like if you look at Markiplier, I'm not going to pull his channel up because I don't want to get any sort of copyright claims or anything like that on my video. But if you go to like Mark's videos, you'll see any of his Five Nights at Freddy's, there's good continuity if it's part of a series. They look the same or they follow the same premise. A lot of the really good content creators, they do that. Continuity is very important. I didn't follow that. So the first video, I had this as my thumbnail right here. That's my thumbnail for their first video. And then the second video, this is my thumbnail. Now the keen-eyed among you would assume this must be related to the first video. It is not. It is related to the second video. I should have made these two the same as that one, and I did not. And that's on me. New content creator, didn't know better. I was really proud of myself with those first two videos I did, that those two were sort of like, that's whatever. That brings me to my next video. It's more along the lines of me at 3 o'clock in the morning. This was the day the marathon trailer and the release stuff came out, and I watched it. And I was a little bummed and a little irritated. This was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm talking quiet. You hear the background, the hiss. My mic wasn't set up right. All the things you should never do when you make a video. And this video had no real editing. It was just sort of like what I'm doing now, just getting in front of the camera, talking about feelings. So that video was sort of one that I just sort of threw together in the middle of the night. There was no real pacing with it because I just sat there and talked about marathon and why I was a little bitter. Turns out I didn't have to be. I'm leaving that video up there. I didn't have to be mad about it because everyone knows what happened. So the next video was Reverend, and that was a game I pulled from Itch.io. And this is a great video for me because it was like the first video where I wasn't online. My first real Let's Play. Granted, if you look at the camera and me are facing the wrong way entirely. And if this is something you're planning to make content, I'm going to help you right now. Let me enlarge this screen and sort of tell you what's pardon the quality. I don't know why my quality is toothpaste, but it is. So my camera, my face, I should be facing towards the screen. That's just standard cinema practice. You look towards the action. This makes it look like I'm looking away from the screen, and it's not right. But this video generally had its own pacing set up by the game itself, so I didn't have to worry about setting pacing up, making sure I capture a good beginning, a middle, and an end. And that's something I learned from making content for the short time I've had. I did some really funny things with certain things in here. Before then, I didn't know how to track objects in this video, which now I could track a cowboy hat on top of my head, and that's something I've learned to do recently. We'll get into that when we get to the last video. But overall, this was a really fun video for me to do. I'm just really irritated with how my camera is and where I'm at. And the mic I used, I had the mic turned really low. I didn't know I needed to talk loud because I stupidly thought I could amplify it. I'm an audio tech for music, and you would think I would learn better, but live audio is different than recorded audio, 100%. That's the only write-off I'm going to give myself. So me thinking I could amplify stuff, because typically when you're recording audio, when you're doing live production, you can do that on the fly. But once you record it in video, you can't do that once it's recorded. You'll amplify it, but then you're picking up all the garbage behind it. So this was a learning lesson for me. And then also, stupidly, when I put the first video out, totally forgot to render the edit out. I just hit the stop button, thought it was done. It said 0%, but it didn't. It said 10%. My screen was covering the 1, so it was 10% left. I hit stop. So I had like the last 6 minutes of this video was just like gone. So this is the Reverend video game, which I highly recommend you guys play. It's actually has some really good jump scares. Now we're gonna get to schedule one. This is the video that I put a lot of time in and a lot of effort in because I really digged this game. And I still dig this game. My camera placement again in this video is not the best. I'm dancing on screen like an idiot. The cool stuff I learned in this video is not tracking, but more along the lines I learned how to set things up where I can drop things in, move stuff along, set up, what's the term? I can't think of it right now. Someone put it in the comments or I'll put it up on the screen right now. Hello everybody, Editing Cable here. And the word I was stumbling about trying to say is a keyframe. It's called a keyframe. That's right, I sounded like a complete idiot trying to remember the word keyframe. Then I can track this object, is tracking probably the right terminology, and really put a lot of effort into it. Again, my camera placement, not right, not appropriate. I've only learned this recently that golden ratio is a thing. This video, I also learned how to do color grading, because color grading was always an issue. Color grading, I didn't think I had to do color grading. Sometimes your webcam, the computer will wash a color out, or it'll make a color too vibrant when it needs to be more dulled, and that's what I sort of ran into. Also, something I did before is microphone placement. My microphone was way back here, and I turned up the gain, or I thought it was perfectly fine. No, my mic is right here. You can't see it, or you might see the top. It's just on the edge of the frame. This video was 32 minutes long. Again, I think personally, a new content creator, you shouldn't be doing 32-minute videos. This one, I also learned a lot of continuity. You'll see that same text throughout the video, and it gets slowly faster and faster each time I say or terms referring to what the scheme's about. Everyone said they liked it and they thought it was funny, because I also screen test this with my family. The people that are the most harshest and the most honest with me, which way it should be. So this was Formula One. This was sort of one of my first videos I really tried to put effort into editing, my pacing with the video. Pacing with this video, I felt was fairly good. I gave myself a really good end point. There was a good beginning, there was a good middle, and the game provided some of that just by natural gameplay, but also I had to sort of artificially add more middle and more end, and people are gonna like, how do you do that? Watch the video and you'll see what I'm talking about. So now, we're gonna go on to my last video. This video has not been released. You're gonna get a behind the scenes look at this video. This video, you're gonna notice I made sure I had the camera framing right. I had my location right. Also, you can tell I removed my camera, because when you do Let's Play, camera distracts from more than what you want it to be, which is the subject of the game. My pacing in this video wasn't the best because it's flat. This game is very flat. There's not a ramp up. It's just, you start the game, you make food, then it ends. It's not like a ramp up where you learn all this stuff. You're supposed to be, but unfortunately I played this game before. I was more happy with the general quality of the video, my editing. I was able to track more things to the best of my ability. Like I'll sort of show you here, right here. It's not the best, so that was tracked. I tried centering it, but unfortunately in Resolve, you have to pay for that for it actually to track statically with the object. So I ended up having to leave it sort of look sort of janky. I had some goof ups in the game here. Let's talk about some stuff at the end where I did it again. This lady, I did a good track with her. I got it more polished with this one because this was just done like 2 days ago, or actually half today. That is Fast Food Sim. This video hasn't came out. It comes out tomorrow. Hopefully the quality is better than this, because this looks like absolute garbage. So that's it for the videos I've did. Now we're going to sort of go over like my plans for the near future. Is this video I'm planning to put out next week. I'm going to start working on it tonight. Those are my plans. Can't always make them happen because I have a full-time job. And then after that, then I'm going to plan to do one scary game, another game from Itch.io, or another fun scary game that you see popping around all over the place. Then after that, I've had complaints about my background. As you can tell, I'm a huge Destiny fan. And I have all that stuff on this bookshelf back here, but right now it's my Christmas village that I put out in Christmas last year. And I'm just too lazy, or let me rephrase that, too busy to actually fix that at all. And I'll plan to do a video like this half a year, maybe a couple of months, unless I have a lot of stuff happen. Hey, if you watch this video this far, please give it a like, give a thumbs up. Why not subscribe? You're part of the very beginning. I have 68 subscribers right now, so it'd be great to get to 69 so I can take that little screenshot of that. Other than that, I appreciate you guys hanging around, and you guys have yourself an awesome day.